I given the NIMSET, but I did not get a good ranking over there because after BCA, you will get around 3 to 4 maximum package. We have to compete with BE and BTech.
Hey everyone, welcome back to eLearning Bridge. I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe. So I am back with another amazing and inspiring podcast for you all. So in this podcast, I am going to focus on those students who are from the BSc, BCA kind of background and they think MCA is not worth doing, and if you are into BCA, MCA, BSc course, you are not going to get good opportunities and you will not be able to bag really good package. So today this MCA final year student will share his experience that how did he crack good product based companies on campus, off campus, how did he get really good package, what challenges did he face. The interesting point is that this guy wasn't able to crack NIMSET with any of the good ranks, so he didn't get admission into NIT kind of colleges. He's completing his MCA from a different college. That's why this journey will definitely motivate you guys. So make sure to watch this podcast till the very end, and after completing this podcast, do let me know in the comment section that how much motivating this podcast is, and also make sure to like this video for better reach. And if you are new to my channel, then don't forget to press the subscribe button and press the notification icon. Thanks to Cryo.do for sponsoring this video. Cryo.do is a kind of platform which believes in learning by doing. If you are someone who is targeting really good product based companies and lacking in most demanding skills like a backend development related, full stack development related and front end development related, so this is the go-to platform for you guys. They have created some really extensive program which covers lots of real world problems which you can add in your resume to stand out from the crowd and to gain good expertise in these kind of skill sets. They are majorly focusing on full stack development programs and backend development related programs. You can see all the important details here, the kind of real world projects you will be getting to work with and the kind of latest technical skills they are covering. Definitely very extensive program with good mentorship support and doubt resolving sessions, good number of projects and micro skilling exercises. They are also running another amazing program which is fellowship program in software development, where this point is really amazing placement guarantees. So definitely this is a go-to platform for you. Free trial is available for all the programs. You can definitely check that out, and don't forget to check the link which is in the description because that can be really helpful for you. When you will click on that link, you will be landed on this home page where you can see one coupon code will be activated for you and you can use it to get extra 10% off along with good percentage for the scholarship. And these will be the free perks which will still available for you. You can definitely use it for any sort of guidance. So hurry up, check this platform as soon as possible because this coupon will be only valid till 30th September. Alright, so thank you so much Shubham for joining us on this podcast. This guy has bagged an offer from Visa, which is an on campus offer. So I definitely wanted to feature him because most of the time you guys request who are from the BSc, BC, MC background that bring someone from the MC or BCA stream so that he or she can share experience. So I think this is the right time. So Shubham, it would be really great if you can introduce yourself and your academic background.
Thank you so much for featuring me on your channel. Actually, I'm pursuing Master of Computer Application from Anna University, Chennai, and it is a government institution. And before that, I did my graduation in computer application only from Graphic Era Dehradun. Okay. And I did one more internship as a backend developer. And nowadays, I'm also doing one more internship in Trill. And I got placement in Visa from on campus, and I also got one more company as a off campus, which is Acolyte Digital.
Because people don't consider MCA worth, right? They usually think courses like BCA, MCA or BSc, we won't be getting good colleges, good placement, something like that. So what's your journey for this MCA course?
Yeah, actually, let me start from the starting. Actually, I done my 12th in commerce with maths. So because of that, I cannot go for BTech and BE. So I switched into the BCA background. I have gone for BCA. After that, I got to know I can go for NIT and I can go for NIMSET exams as well. So even I given the NIMSET, but I did not get a good ranking over there. So even with that, I have given 2 more entrance as well. One for VIT and one is for TENSET for Anna University. So I got I think around 400 or 500 rank in VIT, and I got VIT Chennai. So even for the first 1 month, I take classes at VIT also because in Anna University they took around I think 3 to 4 months to declare the result and counseling and everything. So I took the classes at VIT. And afterwards, I got to know that I got seat in Anna University, and then I withdrawn from VIT and took admission in Anna University. because this is the
Okay.
government institution. And I got to know that the placement at Anna University is good as compared to private colleges, and even it gives me a good exposure as well.
In terms of the curriculum or the standards or the environment, is it really worth for a students who want to pursue his her career in the MCA course?
Yeah, actually, according to me, it's a good career.
Mhm.
They can opt for MCA if they are going opting for BCA. They should definitely
Mhm.
go for MCA, because after BCA, you will get around 3 to 4 maximum package. But if you go for MCA, definitely you will
Mhm.
compete with BE and BTech. So you'll get more opportunities as compared to BCA.
Let's say someone is doing the MCA, right? Uh, so what could be the circumstances that it will give you good job opportunities in top companies, like doing MCA from any random college, or you should plan something and proceed accordingly for the MCA course, and that's why you will be getting the good and amazing job opportunities.
Everybody will ask. They will not
Mhm.
ask like you are doing MCA. They will ask you are doing MCA, but from where you are doing MCA. You should know about the placement scenario. You should ask about from the seniors that what are the placement scenario in college.
Mhm.
So we should know before getting admitted into some university. We should know about even BHU and even lower NITs also. They are not giving good
Mhm.
companies for MCA. So you
Yeah.
should know about everything before getting admission into some colleges.
What do you think? What should be the best time for someone to think about the future plan if he or she is in the BCA or BSc domain?
Yeah, actually, from the starting itself, we should keep in the mind like we have to compete with the BE and BTech students.
Yeah.
It is not like if MCA will not be treated as master's degree, because
Mhm.
it's like a whole degree. We can say BCA plus MCA. Like
Mhm.
if we complete BCA and MCA, then it's a one degree, we can say.
Okay.
And this scenario we should have to keep in our mind. Then we can compete with BE and BTech. Then only we'll get good companies. Even because if we opt for good product based companies, they won't give
Mhm.
opportunity if you done only BCA and you are
Okay.
fresher, right? So according to me, you should go for MCA. Then you'll get
Mhm.
a better opportunity, and you can compete with BE and BTech students.
What were the challenges did you face being into MCA course, and how did you overcome it? Because you can even understand, I've done MCA. I also know the challenges what I faced, even though I was in NIT. So I would like to know it from you as well.
Yeah, actually, the biggest challenge which I faced is like it's a biggest challenge like when we transform from BCA to MCA, right?
Mhm.
And even we have to compete with BE and BTech. And because
Mhm.
the scenario in BE and BTech is like from the semester one, they are doing very into the studies, like they are struggling, they are doing data structures and algorithm, they are doing competitive programming. But the scenario for BCA and MCA is totally different. Actually, we don't have
Mhm.
exposure as compared to B and B Tech, right? So these are the challenges.
Yeah.
And even when I joined MCA, I got to know like we should do a data structures and algorithm. We should do some competitive programming. But yeah, I never concentrate on competitive programming. But yeah, I
Mhm.
have gone through all the data structures and algorithm around. I solved 400 around something questions at lead code, and yeah,
Mhm.
even for the visa, they are concentrating more on system design as well from the freshers also.
Okay.
So we should know
Okay.
about in basics system design as well. So these are the challenges. Like we have to compete with B and B Tech. We can't say
Mhm.
like this is the master's degree, then they will give more weightage to MCA. This is not the case.
You got the opportunities in good product based companies, but still you have a mixed experience of off campus opportunities and on campus opportunities. So do you think like good product based companies allow BCA MCA students for interviews? If not, then what they should actually do to get such kind of opportunities?
Actually, for BCA students, I think service-based companies take BCA students. But if you want to go for product-based companies, so you should go for MCA. Yeah,
Mhm.
but many companies did not even care about the MCA students. They even did not shortlist if we consider for off-campus.
Okay.
Yeah, I even have seen that even once I go for the LinkedIn and just I ask for the referral as well. Many people did not give the referral to the MCA students. Yeah, actually, this is the truth. Yeah, but if we focus on campus, so in on campus, if our training and placement cell is giving you the company, then after we getting the opportunity, it's not like that. They will be treated as the same on the same level. BE and BTech and MCA with all of them are on the same track, on same level.
Talking about the visa, since it was an on-campus opportunity for you, so first question would be, what kind of CGPA criteria they used to put when they visit different campuses for the recruitment?
Actually, it depends on campus to campus.
Okay.
But for us, it is 7 throughout,
Okay.
from 10th to till now.
How was the complete interview process? And I'm not asking you to share the exact questions. It is just like, what for the fresher, if they are visiting the campuses, how many rounds will be there, and mostly in different rounds, what they expect and what kind of topics they used to ask.
Actually, the process starts with pre-placement talk, and afterwards they took one online test, which comprises of 2 data structures and algorithm question. And it's like, suppose they have around 20 questions, and randomly 2 questions are taken from that pool.
Okay.
So I got both from dynamic programming, and my friends got the questions from graph, trees as well.
Okay.
And afterwards around 500 gave the test, and they took 25 from them for the next round. After that 3 more rounds, all 3 are technical interview rounds. So the first technical round is like is around 1 hour, and it's a system design round. And they started like asking some questions related to system design, like load balancing, and how you do if you want to deploy some website, like, and you have to load balance that, and what is caching and what is Redis. After they took one scenario based questions, like, and we have to design everything, like what design pattern you will take in consider to solve this problem, like that.
Okay.
And afterwards they took around 18 candidates for the second round.
Okay.
Second technical interview, that's a purely data structures and algorithm round. And according to me, it's easy, I would say, because it's like if you solve around most top questions from Geeks for Geeks or Lead Code, then definitely you can crack that round.
Okay.
I got some questions related to like hashing and all. After that, they took around 15 questions for the 15 students for the last round.
Okay.
And that's technical plus HR round. And they asked me the questions related to my internship.
Okay.
They did not ask related to any project, because I have mentioned internship, right? So they'll ask like what the challenges you face in internship, and means HR based questions.
Okay. Shubham, you also got the off-campus offer from Aqualite and off-campus offer from Trell. So how BCMC students can target off-campus opportunities? Like, what strategy did you opt? Like randomly reaching out to people, or the recruitment team, HRs, or applying from the career page? So how was that for you?
Actually, according to me, if you are focusing for internship or some full-time as off campus, you should be very active at LinkedIn, at Telegram, because there are various channels, or I can say pages at Telegram as well, because there are most of the people are posting about the off-campus jobs.
Okay.
So don't think like I have applied 1 or 2 jobs. You have to apply around 100 to 200 number of jobs. Yeah, then only you will get like 1 or 2 reply. So don't think like today I have applied 1 or 2 jobs. Let me think and let me wait for it for the response. That would not be the case.
Okay.
Yeah. So according even I have applied so many jobs, around 50 to 100 jobs. Then I got around 4 to 5 responses, and I have gone through the interview processes for 4 to 5 companies.
Okay.
So yeah, like that we should focus.
Did you also struggle with coding and DSA? If yes, then how did you improve on that? Because trust me, when I joined the MCA course, prior to that, I was literally zero in the coding, DSA, or any of the programming part. I struggled a lot. So how was your experience, Shubham?
Yeah, I too struggled a lot. Even actually in BCA, when I used to do our coding, actually if someone give me a question like solve a string based question,
Okay.
I don't know about what is time complexity, what is space complexity. I randomly take like even for loops I'm using like in order to I'm just at that time I just want answers. I don't want like what is the time complexity of this question, I don't know. But when I entered MCA, and when I saw many YouTubers like you and many others are there, so I just saw like how they are preparing, how they are guiding. So I got to know like, yeah, first we have to focus on time complexity as well.
Yeah.
So I have gone through the time complexity, how to calculate and everything. Then how to optimize it, how we can get a efficient approach. So yeah, in the starting I struggled a lot. Even in the one day I can solve even one question, hardly one question. But yeah, actually in after some days I got to like even frustrated many times.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I thought to I should solve around 1 to 2 questions daily. So around 6 months I used to solve around daily at Lead Code, and after 6 months I started at Geeks for Geeks as well.
Okay.
Around 4 or 5 questions daily.
Okay. How would you motivate your fellow juniors who are coming from the BCA background or just going to start their MCA course? How would you motivate them?
Yeah, actually, I would say like keep hustling and make a target. Like you should go in like in project-based company, and end of the day you will definitely get it. Yeah, just keep struggling and keep doing in a like suppose daily you should do something.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 questions you are doing, but do daily. Yeah, you will definitely get at the end of the day.
So thank you so much, Shubham, for joining us here and sharing your wonderful experience. And this podcast will definitely help lots of MCA students, like whoever are studying in different colleges, be it the top colleges or be it the middle colleges. You will definitely feel motivated that if this guy can do it, because he's not someone who only got the on-campus opportunities by his own efforts. He also grabbed good off-campus opportunities. So you can also do that. So thank you so much, Shubham, for joining us and motivating the entire audience.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shashank sir.
So that was all about in this podcast, guys. I hope you would have enjoyed this entire conversation with Shubham, and I'm pretty sure that now you guys might be feeling inspiring that yes, MCA is worth doing, and at the end most of the things will depend on your skill set. So keep working on that. If you have watched this podcast till the end, then make sure to give a like, and if you're new to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe and press the notification icon. I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Till then, just stay safe, stay home, take care of yourself and your family too.